everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to this channel, welcome. I'm super excited about this video because I've wanted to do a brow video for ages because I feel like I've kind of changed how I do my brows. I don't do them as heavy as I used to. They're a bit more subtle, a little bit. Let's be real. I was really lucky because Benefit Ireland sent me some brow products. So they sent me the Great Brow Basics. You get inside Gimme Brow, Precisely My Brow and Goofproof. So all these products are really good. And then you kind of get little tips and tricks so you know what you're doing. And they also sent me Brow, my ride or die, my love. Even though this is a one branded tutorial, I have to say, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I love Benefit Brow products. I think for the price, you're really getting good quality. The product lasts for ages. I just thought I'd use this opportunity to show you 3 different ways to do your brows, depending on what you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a really defined, really sculpted and shaped brow, a fluffy brow, and also a really quick and easy brow that still defines and shapes your brows, but it's super fast. Let's get into this tutorial. The first brow I'm going to show you is a more sculpted, defined brow. This is great for like if you have really sparse brows and you want that really nice defined shape to your brow. So what I'm going to use for this is actually the Brow. My favorite. This is one of my ride or die brow products. I've been using this forever, and I like when you buy one, you literally have it for like a year. It's such a good product. The formula is really creamy, really pigmented, really easy to go on. So that's what I'm going to use. So the first thing I like to do when I'm doing this kind of brow is I do like to carve out the brow just underneath first, just so you can get a good idea of the shape and where you want to put the product. So I'm going to be using the Benefit Boing for this in number 2. First things first, I like to brush up my brows with a spoolie. So if you brush up your brows, you'll kind of get a nice idea of what shape they are. So I'm just going to dip into my Boing concealer. It's going to carve out the brow. Let's see if I can zoom you in, guys. Oh, hello. And then I just tap it out with my finger just to get rid of any creasing. This is the ugly sister brow. I'm going to go in with the Brow Gel, and I'm using number 5, and it comes with this really cute little brush, and I actually do like this brush a lot. It's really thin and angled, so you can get a really good hair stroke with it. So I like to just feather it in with the tip of the little brush. The cool thing about this product is it's really buildable. You can go very light or you can go very like strong on the pigment, if you know what I mean. Now, whatever is left over on the little brush, I feather at the front, so the front isn't like a strong box shape, which is what we want to avoid. Those days are gone, people. And then I'm going to do the arch of the brow, so I just follow my natural line and I just bring it around. It's that easy. Like, I just love this product. so easy. So easy. Like, it even makes this brow look acceptable. So I'm going to do the same thing. This brow is always a little bit trickier. I think everyone has a tricky brow. So I just get my spoolie and I just comb through the brow hairs just so it's not too harsh. It will lighten it up as well if you think you've gone a bit too dark. There we go, a sculpted brow. Super easy and quick. So next up is a brow routine that I love, and it's a fluffy brow. I love a fluffy brow. It's just so like model-y, if you know what I mean. This kind of brow is really, really good if you want definition, if you want your brows to be nice and thick and full looking, but you don't want it as sharp and defined as the brow that I just did. What I like to use to get a nice fluffy brow is I like to use the Benefit Precisely My Brow. This is such a good product. It's got a really fine tip to it. Can you see? Yeah. And that helps to create brow hairs, really lovely defined brow hairs. And I also use the Gimme Brow. It actually thickens up the brow hairs, makes it look like you've got more hair than you have. And actually, what I find is a lot of people have very light brow hairs and then they have darker brow hairs. So when you use the Gimme Brow, it actually coats all the hairs in a lovely tint and it'll actually make your brow hairs thicker. So these two are a winner for me. I love them. I'm getting a spoolie and I'm really brushing up all those brow hairs, getting them to stand up. This will make your brows look, you know, like that model kind of brow, nice and fluffy, and it'll actually make your brows look thicker as well. So once I'm happy with that, I'm going to get the Gimme Brow and I'm using shade 4.5 and I'm just going to coat my brows with this and it's going to tint all the brow hairs. Now I'm going to get the Precisely My Brow in 4.5 as well, and I'm going to really lightly fill in any gaps. So you just want to fill in between your actual brow hairs. You don't really need to go heavy with this. And I like to make sure I've given myself a little tail, just because you want your brow to finish where your eye finishes, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense. Like, see the angle I've created there? So that's where my brow should finish. And I just kind of fill that in a little bit more. And because I've brushed all the hairs up, I don't really need to worry about like the shape up at the top. It's more about filling the brows in and just making them look really full. If you're sparse up here, you can, but my brow just needs a bit more attention down at the bottom. You can get your Boing concealer in number 2 or whatever shade suits you. And you can carve out below your brow as well, and this will just make it a bit more like finished. You don't have to do this, but I just think it really does finish off the whole look. If you want, you can go over your brows with a bit more Gimme Brow, just if you find you need a bit more definition. I always like to just go over it one more time just to enhance it. What's great is these brows don't take long at all, which means you're not in front of the mirror in the morning for like 20 minutes. So if you want something fast and really easy, but you want definition in your brows, then the Goofproof, I was going to say foolproof, which is also accurate, but it's a Goofproof brow pencil. You've got a really pointed end which will define, and then you've got like a fatter end which fills in. So you can still get that nice defined look, and then wherever you have super sparseness, you can fill it in with the thicker side. So I'm going to show you how to use this one now and how quick and easy it is as well. Sometimes I like to use this one if I want definition, and I want definition the way Brow gives me definition, and I want shape and everything, but I just don't have much time. I find this really fast and really easy. Again, I'm going to use the spoolie, and I'm just going to brush my brow hairs. I'm going to use the fat side to really fill in my brow. This is the shade 4.5 as well. It's just a good shade for me without being too dark. So this is going to fill in any sparseness within my brow. And then I will get the thin side, and I'll use this side to shape and define. So I want to get that arch, and that's what the thin side will do. It creates such a nice line. And then you can use the thin side as well to kind of fill in the lower part of the brow where we can be quite sparse. I'm pretty used to like creating my own shape. I kind of know how my brow is now at this point, but if you're wondering yourself how far in I should go, should I give myself a very high arch, like what shape should I have, you just measure just this section here. So my brow should start here, then my arch should be around here, and then my tail should finish like here. So a good trick is to get your Goofproof and the thin side and just do a little dot or mark out where you think your shape should be. That always helps, and then eventually you won't even have to do that because you'll just know how you like the shape of your brow. So this is great for that lovely defined but natural look. So natural. And if you want, you can carve out your brow and clean it up. So I'm going to go in with my Boing concealer again and clean it up because I still like definition, just especially around the arch of the brow and the tail. So there we go, a full brow, defined, shaped, but not too heavy. So that's it for all the brows. I hope you picked up something from this video. If you have any questions, just leave me a comment down below. I love getting comments and I will definitely reply. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm going to leave my name on the screen. And please subscribe to this channel, and if you hit the bell, you'll also get notifications about when I post my videos. I am being very good lately and posting them every Sunday now, so you should expect to see a video every Sunday. Fingers crossed. And that's it. So I'll see you next time for my next video, and until then, have a really nice week. Love you.